A plan that could affect your commute for years to come.
And if you're just getting home from work or if you're still stuck in traffic, it's a headache you may know all too well. Traffic backups on I-75 and I-94, the freeways, the heart of Metro Detroit. Southeast Michigan Council of Governments, also known as SEMCOG, deciding whether to approve the 2040 Regional Transportation Plan. So what's that mean for you? Two giant road projects with a price tag of $3 billion. That's money mostly coming from federal funding, but also some state dollars. Construction's actually already underway on the West Grand Boulevard Bridge at I-94. We'll talk about that shortly. In the meantime, the whole project hopefully wrapping up, if it's approved, by 2020. Let me show you exactly what we're talking about here. We're looking at I-94 specifically, widening more than 6.5 miles of freeway all the way from down here at 96 all the way up to Connor right there. The focus there at that area, part of your commute. Don't have to tell you about that being quite a mess to worry about. Now, things can really get congested through that part of the area. Now, let's move on to the I-75 part of the plan. It would involve more than 18 miles of the interstate in Oakland County, running all the way from 8 Mile all the way up to M59. A big undertaking, but it could mean fewer headaches in the long run. Let's go live right now to 7 Action News reporter Smita Koloki, who's been tracking the vote tonight.
Right now, they are still considering this 111-page long-term plan, and those SEMCOG leaders will take a look. They're getting an earful of what should happen with these two projects. We're talking about the I-75 and I-94 corridors, and those projects have been decades in the making.
I-94 is a project that's been in our plans for many years, and we just haven't been able to get the money for them.
But now, roughly $3 billion could fix 18 miles of I-75 in Oakland County and 6.5 miles of I-94 in Detroit. Some of the money would come from the state, but most would come from federal matching dollars.
It's an old freeway. The pavement's tired.
SEMCOG's executive director, Paul Tate, says both freeways are a traffic nightmare, and they need to be rebuilt. Among the upgrades, I-75 would get carpool lanes, while I-94 would see an additional lane in each direction. That's why some wanted to red light the project.
We're investing money in building new roads when we can't maintain the roads that we already have.
He says the reconstruction encourages drivers instead of alternative transportation.
That should be a consideration when we're doing this large-scale planning, is how do we get people in and out of the region and around the region using transit instead of just using cars as we have traditionally.
But if the money didn't go to this project, Tate says it would go somewhere else out of the region.
It is temporary pain for long-term gain.
One concern is the long-term funding for these projects. Now, Tate says that I-75 and I-94 projects would be covered if they are approved here today, but he does admit that the long-term revenue stream for all construction projects remains a problem. Reporting live from Greektown, Smita Koloki, 7 Action News.
All right, Smita Koloki, keep an eye on that vote tonight. Thank you, Smita. Let's go live now to 7 Action News reporter Andy Choi. He's at West Grand Boulevard and I-94, where bridge repairs are already underway, and they haven't even taken a vote. How did that happen?
Well, Stephen, SEMCOG already has a rolling 4-year plan for this bridge here at I-94 and Grand Boulevard. It is part of a plan that's also a plan at I-94 to fix what we're talking about tonight. This bridge built in 1955 originally. We've heard from the players of this proposal. Let's hear now from the ones on the roads tonight.
Yeah, it sounds good, but like I said, the city already in debt. We need more jobs. We don't need no bigger freeway.
Go up and down 1 Avenue or wherever we are, you bam, bam, bam all the time, you know. And they're going to spend billions, spend some of the billions on some of the stuff we already got tore up.
See, I'm from New York. This is not a traffic jam. Go to New York, you'll know what a traffic jam is. This is nothing. At least it moves. So I don't think it's worth spending all this money when especially the roads don't need to be fixed. Look at Detroit. Fix the housing project in Detroit. Fix the community first. Don't worry about the roads. Those are fine.
Now, the drivers we spoke to can't get over that $3 billion price tag. We should note the gentlemen we spoke to admit they're rarely stuck in rush hour traffic like the drivers are here tonight. Obviously, if you ask some other drivers who are stuck more on I-94, we might get a different answer. Reporting live in Detroit, Andy Choi, 7 Action News.
Freeway devastation.
Opponents of the freeway projects raised their voices in protest before that SEMCOG meeting this afternoon. They say there are better ways to spend billions of transportation dollars. They suggest fixing pothole-infested roads in the region before tearing up and widening the freeways.